The city of Valgard's Rest lies under siege, as icy winds whip through the shattered defence lines and heavy snowstorms bury the fallen. This city is of great importance to the Imperium, as it's the gateway to the fenner system, and if Valgard's Rest falls into the hands of the Thousand Suns, the consequences could be catastrophic. Logan Grimnar leads a strike force of Space Wolves to counter the traitors and send them back to the Eye of Terror. Ice blades clash with sorcery, and the fate of the fenner system and the future of the Imperium lies on these brave Astartes. Let's go to war. Hello everyone, welcome to Daily Dice. I'm Sam, and today I'm with my main man Carl. How's it going, Carl?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, doing well. Looking forward to this. It's going to be good times. Like just broken up for the summer. Got some time on my hands. Been painting a lot.
Oh, good times, man. So we are playing the classic grudge match. I'm going to be running the Thousand Suns, and we are on the outskirts of the fenner system. As you'll have seen in the intro, and you have sent the Space Wolves to defend it.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, they're not having these wizards knocking about on their front door, so we've come to push them back into the warp, I think. But just brought a lot of the new range because obviously we've just had the refresh with the walls, and it's mind blowing. Like they've done such a good job. So massive shout out to Games Workshop and Darren Latham for putting all this together. Yeah, and I've just tried to do it justice with the painting, but it's
you've done it.
So
you've smashed it.
Yeah,
it's great. It's a beautiful range. The new Space Wolf range. I want the Space Wolf army. I keep messaging Big Rich and saying to him, can I get one? And he just keeps saying how counterproductive it is because I've got a channel and I've got a friend who has Space Wolves who comes on the channel, so it's very counterproductive, but I just, there's something in me that just wants, there's the inner wolf inside me that wants an army.
Got one, mate. Everyone's got one.
But it'll probably never happen, sadly. I just have to live through your wolves,
mate, I think. Between the two of us, we could probably take Rich down if we jumped him from behind or something, put him in a car, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, push maybe disable him with one of them darts or something first. Try that.
Yeah, sorry Rich, mate, I'm only kidding.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one, man. I think it's going to be a really good clash. Our lists are very similar in strength, I think. None of us have really tailored to be super strong. We've both brought loads of flavour and detachments that we both really like. So I very rarely play wolves. And do you play Thousand Suns often, or?
Not very often at all, mate. No, I've just come off the back of the Leeds GT, played a game against Thousand Suns, but it's a very different list. Obviously, that's a very highly tuned, competitive list. So this sort of thematic game, where we're just say putting two armies together that fit, that work well against each other. They've got different strengths, but it should be a really interesting one.
Yeah, I'd love this to go the distance and be close at the end. If it does or not, obviously it's Warhammer, it's a dice game. And I've also got some new terrain on the battlefield here as well. I've recently painted a big defence line, so I've got that on the channel as soon as I finish painting it because I love it. So I'm really looking forward to this one, man.
It's gonna be a cracker, mate.
So before we start, big shout out to all the members. There you all are, you absolute legends. I love every single one of yous. Because becoming a member really helps out the channel, because I do a lot behind the scenes, so a lot of painting, a lot of, I take days off work so I can do these battle reports, and a lot of editing as well, so it really, really does help out the channel, so I really appreciate it. If you can't become a member for any reason, that's absolutely fine. Just become a subscriber or comment on the videos, like the videos, and just help the algorithm push the channel because it's still a very small channel. So I'm still trying to break through that, that ceiling where I can go to the next level where where a lot more people see the channel basically. So that's a massive help. Thank you very much. I love yous all long time. Okay? Love yous all long time. All right?
No diddy.
No diddy. Also, I have got a Discord now. So if you want to join the Discord, come for a little chit chat. It's got loads of sections for work in progress, so you can show your projects, or I've got the quarterly daily dice challenge where you paint up 500 points every quarter. So we've got that in there where you can show each other. I've got my World Eaters on it. And also I've got suggestions for daily dice, so you can give you suggestions for the channel, stuff like that. So if you want to join the Discord, I'll leave a link down below. And before we start, a big shout out to Rogue Miniatures. They're a commission company in the UK. They're in the middle of painting some witches for me now, actually, from
sweet.
yeah.
Nice.
They're doing I just don't have the time with the amount of projects I've got, so I've got them to commission it. They're going to do like a little witch cult for me, so basically some witches, Lilith, a couple of venoms for them to go into some hellions. So I'll be keeping that updated, maybe in the Discord. Obviously, it'll be on the channel eventually as well. So check them out. 10% discount from Rogue Miniatures down below as well. So before we start, I've got a little video I made for them. So check that out and don't skip it. So I just want to talk a little bit about Rogue Miniatures, which is a UK-based commission company. I've recently painted up a Demon Prince, my Thousand Sons, and I've had such a positive experience with them. Rogue Miniatures are a high-end commission company, box art style, and not really a company you'd use just to get a unit on the table for a tournament, to do, you know, the free standard base colours. These are a type of company you'd use if you really take pride in your army and really want to see them beautiful models on the table. They can either paint a model for you or a full army from scratch. Also an existing model for a current army like they have with my prints. You can also buy fully painted miniatures off their website and they customise them miniatures to suit your needs. You get regular updates of your commission. Their turnaround time is typically around 3 months depending on the size of the project. Drop them a message and you can get yourself a free quote. When you start your commission, you get regular updates. So I was getting messages off Steve all the time with my picture of the Demon Prince, getting me really excited to receive it. So after receiving my first commission, I'm really excited to get more commissions booked in with Steve and his team. And I'll be keeping you guys updated on the commissions I do receive off Rogue Miniatures. So I'll leave a link to all their socials down below in the description. Drop them a message and get a free quote and you won't be disappointed. So here we have 2,000 points of 1,000 Suns. Army rule is Cabal Sorcerers. So basically, they get the psychic phase back. So at the beginning of the shooting phase, I can cast psychic powers through all my sorcerers. Obviously, 1,000 Suns, I've got lots of sorcerers in the army. I can attempt to cast it as many times as I want with different sorcerers, of course. And then when it's passed, it's passed. I can only cast it once per turn. Basically, you get things like reroll hit rolls of 1, or if I get like a supercharged version, it's reroll all hit rolls. Move D6, if I get the supercharged version, it's move 6. And I basically roll 2 dice and have to get over the warp charge value. I can roll an extra 1 if I channel a warp, but then I could suffer mortal wounds from it. So that's the army rule. The detachment I take in, as you've probably guessed, is Rubricae Phalanx, because I've got lots of rubrics and some Terminators in here. It's probably my favourite detachment. I absolutely love it. It just gives me the feel of the old, I think it was 9th edition, possibly 8th, when they got the All is Dust rule. But basically what it does is damage 1 weapons that hit in rubrics or Terminators. I get an extra pip of save. So yeah, damage 1 weapon, it gives rubrics a 2-up save potentially. So it's, and obviously Terminator's a 1-up save, so it's really good. It can obviously stack that with cover as well. It's fantastic. So they've got some really nice strats as well in there, which I'll try and use as many as I can this game, just to show them off a bit. And I've only used this once and it was in a 3K game, so I'm really interested to see how it does in actually a 2K game. Yeah, so let's go through this army. So I think I'll just go from right to left, starting with this big block of Scarab Occult Terminators, getting led by a Terminator Sorcerer Lord. So the Lord gives that unit lethal hits. He also, an enemy unit that was hit by a psychic model in that unit, I can pick an enemy unit and my whole army gets +1 to hit against that unit, which is nice. This unit don't get that because obviously it's after I've shot. So I've give him the enhancement. I don't know the name of it, but that unit get +1 to hit. So basically they benefit from their own ability. So they're mainly hitting on 2s, which is nice. The Terminators themselves have -1 to wounds, which is really good. It used to be if the enemy's unit was stronger than their toughness, but now it's just to always get it. So that's really nice. I've put 2 of the missile racks in there and 2 Soul Reaper cannons. Then we'll go to the next. I tell you what, I won't go from right to left. I'll sort of just be in and out of units because it'll just make sense as I go along. So next up, I'll go to this unit, which is the Infernal Master leading 10 rubrics with a Soul Reaper cannon. So the Infernal Master gives them sustained hits 1. He also can change one of his rolls to a 6. I'll probably forget this in the game, but he can change like a save roll or hit roll, things like that. He has an enhancement where I can make 2 rubric units have the infiltrate ability, so they can start 9 inches away from the enemy deployment, or 1 rubric high unit, which could be obviously Terminators. So I'll be giving 2 units of rubrics that. The rubrics are fantastic. They've got -2 AP on the bolters now. Also, they ignore cover, which is fantastic. They also reroll wound rolls of 1, and if the enemy is on an objective, reroll all wound rolls. So I just absolutely love rubrics. They're so good, and especially in this detachment as well. They get loads of stratagems that affect them, and obviously they get that +1 to the save against damage 1 weapons. So this unit starting in a Rhino, Humble Rhino. The Rhino's ability is great. If an enemy unit was shot by that Rhino, then the unit inside, when it jumps out, get +1 to hit and wound with the psychic weapons. Now that's okay, but I have a stratagem where I can turn all the rubric bolters to psychic weapons. So when the bolters are getting +1 to hit and wound, re-rolling all the wounds if the enemy's on an objective, you can really stack this and do some real serious damage with just a unit of battle line troops. So it's they are fantastic. So now I'll go to the right where I have a unit of 5 flamers. No leader in charge of them. And I have another unit over here of 5 flamers as well. And these 2 are the units that are going to have infiltrate. So I'm going to start my flamers mid-board and hopefully get them like secondaries, a thing like where you need the middle of the board. I think it's Area Denial and what's it called? Secure No Man's Land, things like that. And it's just a threat for if the wolves want to move forward. It's that flamer Overwatch threat, which is great. So 2 units of them. Then we have a unit of 10 more rubrics. These are getting led by a sorcerer, exalted sorcerer on foot. So he gives them what does he give them? He heals them in the command phase, so I can bring them back to life, which stacks great with another stratagem where if a psychic model dies, which could just be this inspiring sorcerer, then that unit can, or a unit 6 inches nearby, can shoot back at the enemy, and then he can bring back the sorcerer, and then I can just repeat that all game, which is cool. He also gives them a 4 invulnerable save as well, so they are pretty tanky. They're not going to be in a Rhino, because ideally they're the tanky unit, so if, like I say, if they die, I can shoot the enemy back if I've got the CP. Next up, we have Aspiring Sorcerer on disc, again, leading 10 Rubric Marines. So he gives them, basically they can't be shot out of 18 inches, which is fantastic. I didn't know which one to start on the board, because these are great for, obviously, they won't be able to get shot. But I kind of want to use that strat from this guy where I can shoot back. So I decided to put the Aspiring Sorcerer on foot on the board first. So yeah, that unit they can't be shot out of 18. Also, if he hits someone with his flamer, I think it has to be an infantry unit, but he minuses 2 from the move and 2 from the charge as well, which is nice. Then they're going to be flying about in another Rhino. Again, like I said, these have Inferno bolters on them and the missiles, can't remember what they're called. And that ability is great when they jump out, get +1 to hit and wound with their psychic weapons. And then we have a unit of Zangors and Discs getting led by the Zangor Enlightened. I really like these. They're so cheap. I think it's 80 points for the 6 Zangors and Discs, or 50 for 3, which is weird. And then the Zangor Enlightens, there's Zangor Shaman, he's called, sorry. He's really cheap as well. So he gives them +1 to hit, so they're hitting on 3s. They get lethal hits, they ignore cover. They've got -2 AP bows, which are a long range as well. I think they're like 36 inch or something. Also, they're 2 damage. And the strength 5 as well. So they really are fantastic, these. So hopefully I'm going to be sniping. Oh, and of course, they have precision. So hopefully I'm sniping out some of them wolf characters if they're not sealed in transports. So something for the wolves to look out for. And last but not least, we have a Predator. So it's the Predator with the autocannon and the 2 heavy bolters. So this is great against like Terminators, things like that. Its ability, basically, after hit an enemy unit with a psychic model, that's including Doombolt, which is one of the psychic powers I get. And if I do, and then it has to be an infantry unit, and then this gets an extra pip of AP against that infantry unit. So a lot of stuff I have to stack up. I might end up forgetting that by the time I get to shooting, and I've shot all my units, and I realise that I haven't shot the target I want to with a psychic model. But it's just one of them things. Thousand Sons have always been a little bit head work like that. Yeah, everything has to align if you want to do have a good turn. But hopefully I'll remember, and I'll be able to put out some damage with that Predator. So that is the whole army. I don't know how this is going to go, but I haven't even seen the wolves yet. So if he's brought some big, tough stuff, I'm not sure if I'll be able to deal with that, because I have not really any anti-tank. I didn't bring the Vortex Beast in, or Magnus, or I could have brought the other variant of the Predator where it's got the las cannons. But yeah, let's see what he's brought going into the wolf list. So here we have 2,000 points of Space Wolves, the arch nemesis of the Thousand Sons. It doesn't get much better than this, does it? So I absolutely love this army. Carl, you've done a spot-on job of the paint job of all these lads. You got them painted up in a record time, haven't you?
Yes, mate. School holidays did a lot of heavy lifting for that, I'll be honest. But mate, it's been a joy. Like Darren Latham and the team at GW, it's a passion project for them, I think. You can really tell.
Yeah, 100%. So what is your army rule?
So we're Space Marines, so we get Oath of Moment, which is obviously reroll hits against a unit that we pick in our command phase. And then we've also got the detachment rules called the Legendary Slayers, which gives the whole army lethal hits against monsters, vehicles, and character units. So the idea is that they're going after the biggest, meanest stuff on the table, like, so they can punch up into that.
That's pretty much all my units.
Maybe too. If I kill half of the units with those keywords across the game, then as soon as I kill that unit to get me over half, I get lethals against everything. Yeah. So if there's little units knocking about which haven't got those keywords, but I've killed half the units that have, then it comes into effect for everybody.
Yeah, sweet. I like it. Yeah, cool. So let's go through this army. So let's start from left to right this time, because I've put all the wolfy stuff on the left. So do you want to start from the left, Carl?
Yeah, sure thing, mate. So we've got a squad of Wolfen with the Storm Shields and the Hammers. They're pretty quick. They're movement 9, 2 wounds, got a 4-up save and invul save because of the shield. Mm-hmm. They've got no OC, but they've got a rule whether if they're within 6 inch of a character or 12 inch of a priest, then they get OC 1. So they need to be with someone who's a little bit more in control than they are, mate. Yeah. But yeah, they roll around. Like I say, they move 9. They're pretty quick. They've got the anti-monster vehicle 3-ups on the Hammers. The Hammers are strength 5, so they're not as punchy when they're hitting something else, but they can still do bits and pieces of work. Yeah. They reroll 1s as well because they've got these death totems on there.
Ones to hit.
Ones to hit. Yeah.
Nice.
The unit on the right have got the same loadout, and they're being led by a priest, so he gives them an OC. He's also got an enhancement, which means he can join the unit, because normally you don't have characters in Wolfen units, but he's got an enhancement where he can join the squad.
I like that.
It ups his move a little bit as well, so he can keep up. So he's movement 9 as well.
So he's basically a Wolfen chaplain, Wolfen
apothecary and chaplain, mate. Yeah, a bit of both. Yeah. So he can heal 1 a turn in the command phase, and he can pull 1 back up, and then he also gives him +1 to wound. Yeah. So that squad will be a little bit punchier.
I like it. Behind them.
Yes, behind them you've got the 2 Thunderwolf Cavalry units. So they're not led by characters anymore. So they're 2 units of 3. They're pretty decent. They're quick. They move 12. Again, T6, got 4 wounds with a 4-up invul because of the storm shields. There's just 3 in each unit, and they've got attacks which are damage 2, but then they go up to damage 3 on the charge. So if they can get the charge off, it punches up the weapons a bit. Got some extra attacks from the wolves at damage 1, but generally it's the riders who are doing most of the damage with them.
Yeah. I'm terrified of these units. Like, any of your units touch me, I'm in trouble. So, I'm pretty scared.
No diddy.
Right. What are these? Are the head takers, Ragnar?
Yes, mate. So, the head takers are a little bit of a scalpel unit. So, their whole thing is that they go after a quarry. So, they've got the little token there. So, I pick a unit at the start of the game, and against that unit, they get devastating wounds and precision on their weapons. If they kill it, so if they take the head off that unit, then they can pick another unit for their quarry and do the same thing. And Ragnar gives them advance and charge, so he sort of gives them a little bit more speed. And he's a bit of a blender on his own. He's got like 8 attacks at -3, 2 damage.
Yeah.
So that unit's small, but you can put out a lot of damage if it gets into combat in one piece. Like.
Yep, terrifying. Let's go behind them. Should we get Bjorn?
Yes, mate, sure thing. So needs no introduction, I think, at this point. Like, but Bjorn the Fell-Handed,
absolute legend.
Yeah, he's the oldest, grumpiest space marine in the universe. But he's pretty tough. He's obviously dreadnought chassis, so he's got 2-up saves, toughness 9, 8 wounds with a 5-up shrug, 5-up invul. And his abilities, he minuses 1 from the wound roll if you hit him with something that's higher than his strength, so shrugs off a little bit more. And he also gives me an extra CP in my command phase because he's giving out tactical advice or doing his bit.
I like it. And then in front we have some wolves.
Yeah, just add to the pile. Yeah, so you've got Fenrisian wolves at the front there. They're just a little 40-point chaff unit. They've got no OC again unless they're close to a character. But they just get in the way. They've got a reactive move of D6 if you move within 9 of them, and they're there to just like screen out, and take a little bit of space up.
Yeah. Main man himself?
The main man, yeah. I mean, Bjorn wouldn't appreciate that, but he's for today. So that's Logan Grimnar. So he's chapter master of the Space Wolves. He has got an ability called High King of Fenris, which means that once we're about around in my movement phase, I can take a unit that's in strat reserves, and for the purposes of setting it up, it counts as 1 turn further on into the battle. So I can deep strike Terminators in turn 1, for example. I can pull things out of reserves in turn 2, on sort of different board edges. So it gives you a bit more flexibility with your deployment. He's also got what's I think known as like the Vectora. So it makes within 12 inches, he makes your strats cost 1 more CP.
Nice, I like it.
Yeah,
behind him?
Behind him, there's a Gladiator Lancer. So a little bit of anti-tank sort of reach out and touch in the army. So it's a pulsar chassis with obviously the main sort of laser destroyer on the top. It can re-roll 1 hit, wound and damage roll a turn, which generally speaking will be the main gun on that thing.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of, like I say, reach out and punch through armour.
Yeah. So it'll be that against my shoddy Predator, my anti-infantry Predator. I wonder who's going to win that fight. Then we have some Terminators with Rockfist.
Yes, mate. So Terminators with our Jet Rockfist. So you've got a squad of 5. They've got 3 with shields and axes. You've got the leader's got a relic axe, which is damage 3, and then you've got a guy with an assault cannon and a power fist just to give a little bit of shooting, like chaff screen, whatever. So the Terminator's rule is if you hit them with something that's higher than their toughness, then they -1 to wound, and Arjak gives them a 4-up fight on death. And he is a bit of a character sort of machine. So he's got precision on his hammer. And if he goes into a character, then he can reroll all hits and wounds.
Oh, nasty.
He can be a tasty boy, yeah.
Behind, you've got another Dreadnought?
Yes, mate. So a Ballistus Dreadnought behind this. So if it hits something that's at full strength, it can reroll hits. So it's a little bit more independent from Oath of Moment. It can be quite nice for the rerolls. It's got the twin las cannon and the missile launcher. So frag or crack. It's toughish, like 2-up save, dreadnought profile. You just stick it behind some cover and snipe out with some las cannons and do some bits.
Yeah, I like it. And then you've got your sort of generic Marines over here.
Yeah, poor lads over there. They got left. Everybody else nicked all the tokens and the hairbands and all. So these boys, you've got a unit of infiltrators at the front. So they are the deep strike denial of 12 inches. So you can't come in within 12 inches of them. They're infiltrators as well, so they can sort of deploy on the board give me a little bit of sort of forward reach in the first turn. And behind them, do you want to go scouts? So unit of scouts, they're basically uppy downy. They're little action monkeys. So they've got 3 bolt rifles, heavy bolter, and a chainsword on the sergeant, and they're just there to bounce around and do objectives and score points. Yeah,
I like it. And then some heavy intercessors.
Yeah, so some heavy intercessors at the back. They are in Gravis armor, so that makes them a little bit tougher. They're battle line as well, which is obviously important to have in a armor if you can get it in there.
Yeah.
So the Gravis profile means they're T6 with 3 wounds. They've got essentially like heavy bolters. So the bolt rifles, they've got a damage 2. The heavy bolters got sustained, and the main bolt rifles don't, but they've still got the damage 2 profile, so they can punch out a little bit. Then if they're on an objective that I control, then if you put a damage into them of 1, so if you put like an attack with a damage of 1 into them, they get +1 armor save.
Right,
so
nice.
Like built-in sort of armor of contempt, if you like.
Nicking my detachment ruler.
This is it, mate. Yeah, you steal our stuff, we steal your stuff.
That's it. Then we've got some normal intercessors.
Yeah, so normal intercessors about as vanilla as you can get. So power fist on the sergeant, it's a grenade launcher in there. They're basically there to just sticky objectives and throw down some bolt.
Yeah.
Fire down range. Yeah,
I like it. And then last but not least,
last but probably least, to be fair, is the jump pack intercessors. So they're fairly quick, to be fair. Like they move 12. They do impact hits when they charge in. So on a 4 up, they do mortal wounds when they make it into engagement range. They're only OC1 though, and they've got like a boatload of chainsaw attacks, so they don't get to re-roll wounds when you're on an objective like the foot assault intercessors do. So they're not quite as choppy, but they're obviously more mobile and
great trading unit as well. Just
it, mate.
Yeah. But I really like the army, mate. It's full of flavour, and I just think it's going to be an epic clash against Thousand Sons, isn't it?
Let's hope so, bud. Yeah, if we can't get this right, we're doing something wrong.
100%, mate. So no pressure going into the game. So the cards are drawn. Deployment, primary mission, and twist. We've got a twist. So deployment, Crucible of Battle. So this is kind of swapped over just to make it easier for recording, so you can see all Carl's army there, and then mine sort of here. So imagine that sort of like that, if you get me. So an objective marker in each deployment zone, and then 3 in no man's land. Primary mission, Burden of Trust. So the big fight is over these 3. So 4 points for each of these. You don't get your points for your the ones in your deployments. Then you can get a unit to guard these objectives. So if a unit's guards an objective, it's not an action or anything. The unit just has to go near it, say you're guarding it, and if that's still alive in your next command phase, you get 2 points for it. So you technically get 6 points, 4 for the objective, 2 for guarding it. I believe you could probably guard one in your deployment zone, actually. So it doesn't say anything about not being able to do that. So I'm guessing you can guard them ones in your deployment zone, get 2 points for it.
Cool.
So at least you can score in your deployment zone. Twist. Basically, battle line units can advance and do actions and still shoot as well, which is good. Then we've got a few battle line units each, haven't we? So the battlefield is set. Look at this. It doesn't get much better than this, Carl, does it?
Mate, this is what I play Warhammer for. Do you know what I mean?
Mate,
yeah.
Same. And with my new defence line, do you know what? I just absolutely love it. There's something about having like a big defence line guarding a city that I really like. So, like I say, I'm this side, Thousand Sons. Carl, you're that side, Space Wolves. So there's 3 objectives along the defence line. So we're sort of saying like this is the most crucial part of the battlefield. If the Wolves can't hold the defence line, then the Thousand Sons obviously break through and vice versa. And then we've got 1 in each deployment. So 1 in the city here. This is just the outskirts of the city. You can imagine just a massive city behind here. And these ones are just getting bombarded. But obviously the further I get in, the more I'll be destroying the city. So 1 here and 1 on the outskirts over here. Everything's line of sight blockage. So all the rocks, things like that. Then you've got these that sort of footprints. So if you're behind the terrain, like these wolfen and all that over there, you can't see them. But if you're in it, we can see each other. These little things, the little craters, if you're infantry units in that, you get cover. And then the defence line, we're saying you get cover if you're shooting through it. If it blocks you and the person you're shooting, everything can move over it. So like vehicles and all that. Otherwise, we'd both just get stuck halfway along the battlefield. So that is the battlefield. They're the deployments. I suppose I'll quickly go over where we've deployed everything. So 2 infiltrate units of flamers, no man's land. This rhino with the Exalt Sorcerer on disc. This rhino with the Infernal Master. Exalt Sorcerer on foot with rubrics. The Zango Enlightened and the Predator. I've got Terminators in Deep Strike. Carl, what have you done, mate?
So I've pretty much deployed in cover as much as I can. So I've tucked everything behind that sort of big central ruin, and then I've just got stuff to push out. So we got Thunderwolf Cavalry sort of flanking the buildings to push through. You got a squad of Wolfen in the middle with some heavy intercessors to kind of get some firepower down range. And then you've got Bjorn and Logan sort of holding the backfield, just marshalling the forces. The Ballista's Dread to pop out with the Lancer to get a couple of lines of sight down the table. And then the flanks are covered by, like say, intercessors and a squad of Wolfen ready to come down and try and smash the tank up.
You've got a few stuff in reserves?
Yes, mate. So in reserves, I've got my Terminators with Arjac, so they can deep strike in turn 1 using Logan's ability to manipulate that. And then I've got a unit of jump pack intercessors as well, just to drop in.
Terrifying. So the big question is, you want to go first or second?
I think I might actually want to go second in this one, mate. Yeah. How about you?
I'm the same, yeah. I think I want to go second.
Well, in that case, mate, bad luck.
Yeah, so let's move these out the way. I want to roll bad, so a 1.
I mean, you've succeeded in your task there, mate. Yeah.
4. So it is Space Wolves, turn 1. So the orders have been received for the Wolves, Cleanse and Secure No Man's Land. You did get Bring It Down, but you swapped that out for a CP, because you start with 2 CP every turn because of Bjorn. So Cleanse, basically do actions on objectives that are in a deployment zone, you get 2 points for each objective. You should be getting 4 here, which is pretty good. Secure No Man's Land, you should be getting 5 there. So you should be maxing out on both these for 9 points. So what have you done, Carl, mate?
So basically, dude, I've thrown caution to the winds and just thought, this is our planet, we want it back. So we've thrown everything forwards. It's a bit of a threat overload first turn. So the option I had was to stay back and be a little bit more defensive, but I need to push out onto the board. I need to start taking objectives, and especially with the mission pull, it kind of pushed me that way. So basically everything's moved up. The Thunderwolves haven't advanced because you've got 2 units here, one of which can either control that objective to cleanse, or I've got 2 chances at a charge into the unit in the front. Everything else has basically advanced up behind them.
And these have started cleansing, yeah?
Yeah, so that squad's cleansing that objective. So I've got the 2 that I've got on the big board.
Yes, so these are dropped down, obviously, turn 1 because you can. Start cleansing this one as well. So that's 2 objectives in No Man's Land and 2 objectives getting cleansed.
That's it.
And everything else is just pushed up, yeah?
Yes, mate. So the Lancers moved up round to give me a bit of a presence on the home objective and to get some lines of sight down the table. Ballistas has pulled around to get some shots in at the arse of the Rhino, hopefully. I've got a unit of scouts who are staying still in the corner to uppy downy, and then the infiltrators have pushed out just to screen the back of my board, so I don't want a load of Scarab Occult Terminators turning up unannounced.
Nice, so let's do some shooting. So first, and we think only bit of shooting, is the Ballistas. Threading the needle through to the back end of this Rhino with the Exalt Sorcerer on disc in his unit. So let's do it then.
So we've got hitting on 3s with the las cannons. So that is a lethal because you're a vehicle. That's a hit. And then it's strength 12, so it's going to be 3s to wound. So that's 2, so you're in cover. So it eventually becomes -2.
Cool, so 5 ups. They're all right.
Bingo. And then we've got the missile launcher, so it's going to be shooting the crack profile. So 2 shots. So both hit. These are strength 10, so 3s. So that is no wounds, and I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, cool.
We'll have a little look, see if there's any more shooting, and then we'll get to some charges. So the only charge is the Thunderwolf Cavalry into the rubrics. Obviously you can fight over a barricade, so all it needs is a 4-inch to get here. Carl, can you do it?
I've never needed 4 inches more, mate. Let's see. I can, yeah.
Lovely. So Thunderwolf Cavalry into them rubrics. Let's do some combat. So as you can see, there's just loads of dust on the floor now. You use a Stratton bridled ferocity for +1 to wounds.
That's it,
so
mate.
your wounds on 2s, which luckily you did because you got 4. You would have already got 4 wounds through. but instead you got 7 or 8.
I think I got 7, and I think you passed 1 or 2.
That's one save,
it's enough to.
So wiped out the rubrics, and that's turn, I believe.
That is, so consolidated back onto the objective, and the head taker's token for the quarry has gone onto the unit embarked in the Rhino, because I checked the rules, you can put it on a unit in a transport.
Yeah. So, and what's this token for again?
That's the Oath of Moment.
Yeah. So yeah, that is that. We'll do a quick end of the turn roundup. So end of Space Wolves, turn 1, you get 4 points for cleanse and 5 points for secure no man's land. So that was a good turn, mate. 9 points going into Thousand Suns, turn 1. Thousand Suns, turn 1. Storm hostile objective and bring it down. So take an objective off the wolves and bring it down, kill a vehicle or monster. Don't think I'll be doing that, so I might keep that for a CP at the end of this turn. Storm hostile objective, I thought I had got, but Carl had other ideas for that. So basically what I've done is I've tried to keep my distance with everything, make sure I'm just within range. So these have jumped out and they're just within range with these rear Thunderwolf Cavalry. These have started coming around here, so they're all in range with the front Thunderwolf Cavalry. Basically I'm just trying to clear the mid section, and then I sort of I can breathe a little bit again. So these have all moved around here, and the flame is towards them. You used a strap because I moved 9 within the Terminators, where you can move them 6 inches.
That's it, mate, yeah.
So you've moved back onto the objective. So basically I have to kill the Terminators if I want to score that. But it's good for that I get my full wound rerolls against them now, but I do have to kill them if I want that objective. That's the problem, which I had originally I had it anyway, just by getting 1 rubric near it. So we'll see if I can kill Terminators, who knows. And then this has just popped its little head out to shoot some Terminators as well. So lots of shooting going on, but I need to do some psychic shenanigans first. So I'll have a think and I'll get back to you. So we're going to do some psychic shenanigans. I'm going to put extra AP on these lads. I'm going to doom bolt them, and I'm going to put rerolls to hits against them. And then I'm going to put move again on this unit here. So I'll start off with this unit into them, putting reroll hit rolls of 1. So this needs to go off on a 5, and that's a 3. So should I ask the warp for a favour and roll extra dice? Of course. So I do, so I'm rerolling hit rolls of 1 against that unit. I didn't get any doubles or triples, so that's good. Next up, I'll do a Doom Bolt against them from, let's do it from this guy here. So Doom Bolt against them, yeah. So 6, 7, 8, it goes off a 9 that. So let's...
You're a greedy boy.
Yeah, that is being greedy like.
Go for it, man, go on.
I'm not going to do it, it's too greedy. Then the Infernal Master is going to do extra AP on them. With that, what did that go off? 6, 7, 8? Did it go off on an 8?
The Doom Bolt, yeah.
Oh, that does go off on a... Oh no, it goes off on a 7, the Doom Bolt. So D3 mortal wounds against your Terminators. 2 mortal wounds. Cool. Then the extra AP goes off at a 9. I got a 6, and that's a double. So if I did risk that, which I'm not going to, I'd end up hurting myself. So the 2 mortal wounds to you so far, yeah?
Yep.
I'm re-rolling hit rolls of 1 against them. Is everyone with me? Then the Zangor Shaman's going to try and do the extra AP on them, because that didn't go off first time, so the Zangor Shaman's going to try it. Extra AP goes off on a 9. 4, I just don't think it's worth rolling that extra dice, so I'll leave that. Go over here, we're going to try and move twice. So this unit is going to do it on themselves. So I need a 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could roll an extra dice and move them just a flat 6, but I think a D6 should be fine. So D6 inches, 2, I think that should be enough to get a few in range. And then last but not least, these, might as well try and get the extra AP on some of these. Not that it'd make much difference.
If you hit an AP2, mate, it's going to hit their 4-up invuln before it makes a difference.
But then you get cover from, oh, there'll be lots of ignore cover, so it probably wouldn't make a difference. I'll just do it anyway, just in case just for like the Rhino has AP2, it doesn't ignore cover, so
yeah,
it's just stuff like that. Oh no, but they're still, even with the cover, it'll still hit their 3-up save, aren't they? Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Let's just have a look over here. No. So yeah, that's the psychic phase. So the AP one didn't go off, but the rest did. Let's do some shooting. Well, before we start the shooting, these rubrics are just going to be guarding this. So I could potentially get 2 points at the end of Carl's turn. It's turn 2. Because that's where it starts, turn 2. That's why Carl couldn't do it in turn 1. It's a very weird rule. So start shooting these flamers into the Terminators. Yes. Yeah. So we'll start with the psychic power from the sorcerer, hitting on 3s. Rerolling the 1s. So that's 3 hits. That is 3 hits, and then any 4s are mortal wounds. And we are rerolling wounds because you're on that objective. That's 3 mortal wounds, sir.
Cool.
So then you've got
dead.
4 flamers, 46. Ooh, that's not great. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 8, 9. And these are wounded on 5s and 6s, I believe.
Yes, mate, yeah.
We are re-rolling because you are on an objective that you control. So that is just 4 at -1, ignoring cover. So 4 3-ups.
So kills the guys on a wound.
Kills the guys on them too, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's 2 Terminators dead so far, right?
Yep.
Not bad going, Carl. Not bad going. So we've got some Zango Enlightened. I'm going to try and take out old Rockfist over there. So 12 shots, hitting on 3s. We're re-rolling 1s. So we've got a few 6s there, which are lethals. Because these are the strongest bows in the universe, apparently. And these are wounded on 4s. So that's 3 more. So you've got 6 saves on your invuln. These are -2 and ignore cover.
Okay, mate. So 4 ups.
So that is 8 damage, mate.
That is him dead.
That is Rockfist. Yeah, dead. Well done, Zangars. So the Rhino shot in plinked a wound off. Now we've got the Predator. So we'll do the heavy bolters first. So 6 shots, hitting on 3s. 2 miss, no sustain there. And these are wounding on 4s. That's 3 saves at -2, mate.
Okay, is that ignoring cover?
No system ignore cover. So 3 ups.
So 1
damage.
Yeah, so that takes the guy down here.
And then the auto cannon. So 6 shots in rapid fire. Let me double check this. So yeah, 6 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s, luckily. And then this is strength 10 now because the psychic weapons hit the infantry unit. But then, sorry about that, someone walked in my house. So 5 shots. This is strength 10 now because a psychic weapon hit them. So I'd be wound on 2s, but you're -1 to wound with weapons stronger than your toughness. So back to 3s. So hitting, so it's hit, now it's just wounds on 3s. Yeah. We've got there in the end. That is 5 saves, mate, at -2 because the psychic weapon hit you. Okay. But obviously -1 because you're in cover. Cool.
So that's 1 goes through. So those 3?
-1. No, you've saved them all, I think.
Oh, 3 ups, mate. Yeah, you're right.
3 ups.
You're right.
All saved.
Cheers.
So well done, Predator. Well done. So a bit more shooting into them. We're carrying on the pain train because we need these Terminators gone. So we've got this unit of rubrics with the Infernal Master. All shooting into them. So we'll start with the Infernal Master, 2d6 flamer shots. That is 10 shots. That's more than the flamer squad got. 8, 9, 10. Let's just roll to see if he hurts himself now. He doesn't, he's all right. So 10 shots. These are wounded on strength 6. So your
T5, mate, so would be 3s but 4s.
But then the tank that they were in shot them, so it's back to...
I'm glad you remember this, buddy, yeah.
To be honest, I nearly forgot that. So, now you don't control this. I don't get reroll wounds. So all them don't wound, but I can turn one of them to a 6. So now it does wound. Let's just double check to see if that has ignores cover or devastating. 1 second. Yeah, so it's one of them flamers that just don't ignore cover. I'm not sure why, and it doesn't have devastating. So you've got 4, 5, 6, 7 saves at -2. You're in cover. So you've got 7 3-ups, sir.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
So fill 1.
Fill 1. 1 takes a wound.
Okay, got it.
I've got the sorcerer in that squad, so hitting on 3s. And then wounding on... Oh, there's a 6 there, that's sustained. And then wounded on 4s, because they're anti-infantry. And then rerolling 1s to wound. So that is 3 mortal wounds, sir.
Oh, okay.
3 mortal wounds. And then we've got a Soul Reaper. Rerolling 1s to hit. And then they're sustained. I need to remember all this. There's that many rolls. But they're sustained, and then we're wounding on strength 6, toughness 5, but -1 to wound, so 4s, and then rerolling 1s to wound. That's right. So you've got 4 saves, mate, at -2, and these do ignore cover.
So that's him on a wound.
That takes 3 wounds off here.
That's 3 wounds off, yep.
And then he's got 4 wounds, this guy, has he?
He has, because he's got a shield, so he gets an extra.
Nasty,
Extra
nasty.
one on top.
No, the 6s on there devastating, but I don't think I'll need to go at that because I've got lots and lots of bolters coming in. Bolters hitting on 3s. Rerolling them 1s because I did that, cast that spell on you. And then them 6s are sustained because of the Infernal Master. And then we're wounding you. These are on 5s and 6s, that's the issue there. But then we're rerolling 1s because we're rubrics. So you've got
not that much of an issue, mate.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, -2, ignoring cover.
Okay, and you ever seen someone roll 9 5-ups?
I don't think I have, mate.
Do you know, neither have I, which is doesn't fill me full of confidence.
I tell you what, good effort, but that does manage to take out the Terminator squad. It took this whole flank, but we got there in the end. So the Rhino has shot its weapons into that front unit of, what they're called again?
Thunderwolf Cavalry.
Thunderwolf Cavalry, and I took 3 wounds off one with a Rhino. So this unit here, I've made a bit of a mistake movement-wise. I should have shot a Rhino into the rear unit, but these 2 that were only 18-inch are going to shoot into these, and then the rest of the unit is going to shoot into that rear Thunderwolf Cavalry unit. So I'll start with my Sorcerer, Exalted Sorcerer on foot, D6 shots. Just 1, hitting on 2s, it misses. So that was a good chat, wasn't it? My other Sorcerer, the Aspiring one, hitting on 3s. They all hit. And then I'm wounding on... These aren't infantry, are they? So I'm wounding on 5 and 6s. Rerolling the 1. Oh, that is 3 devastating wounds.
Okay.
Only on 6s as well. I'll have to get these dice checked at some point. But that's 2 wounds on 1 and 1 dead, yeah?
Yeah, that's it, mate.
And the rest of the unit is going to that rear unit of cavalry. And with the Soul Reaper, rear unit of cavalry. 6 shots, hitting on 3s. Oh, only 3, and then wounding on 4s. Rerolling the 1, because you're on an objective. So just 2 saves, mate, -2 ignoring cover. So 4 ups. 1 takes 2 wounds. And then we've got a load of bolters. A load of bolters, Thunderwolf Cavalry, hitting on 3s. No rerolls or anything there. And then we're wounding on 5s and 6s, re-rolling wounds because we're on an objective. So 3 there, and a load more, re-rolling. You've got 6 saves, -2, so just 6 4-pin wounds.
Okay, mate, this is the rear.
Can you re-roll any better? Can you roll any better? Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot better.
Yeah.
1 takes a wound.
Okay.
So this unit, actually my last bit of shooting, they've used 2 CP, so their bolters are now psychic. And we're going to see what we can do to these cavalry. So I'm going to put all the rubrics, aside from the Aspiring Sorcerer and the Exalted Sorcerer and Disc, into this front squad. So the bolters can get the psychic ability there, now the psychic weapons. And I'm going to put the Aspiring Sorcerer and the Sorcerer and Disc into this rear squad. I won't kill all these, but if I can kill these 2 and maybe kill one of them, I'd be happy. So let's do the Aspiring Sorcerer first. So 3 shots, hitting on 3s. So 2 hits, and this is wounding on 5s, but it doesn't get +1 to wound, so 5s. 2 saves on your invuns there. 1 takes 2 wounds, basically. Okay. 1 damage a pop.
Is that a front squad, yeah?
That's the rear squad,
Rear
that
squad,
one.
okay, so...
And then the Exalted Sorcerer and Disc is Flamer. 5 hits. And this is wounding on 4s. Re-rolling, because you're on an objective. So, that was a 5. So I'll just double check if this has dev wounds. I don't think it does. So 4 have gone through. It isn't devastating. So you've got 4 saves at -2, ignoring cover. 4 forbs, come on.
Okay.
Can you do it? 3 go through, and these are D3 damage a pop.
All right.
D3 damage, Carl.
Front unit?
So this is the rear unit.
Rear unit, okay.
So first one, 1.
Okay.
Second one, 1. Third one, so I just killed that one, yeah? And then, so I've killed 2 out the rear unit. That's more than what I was expecting because of Carl's terrible rolling. So all the bolts and the Soul Reaper into that front unit. Let's see what we can do. We'll start off with the Soul Reaper. Hitting on 3s. So 2 misses there. And then we are wounding on 4s. Rerolling them. An objective. So that's just 2 devastating wounds, mate. Front unit. Okay. Just some bolters going in. There's 8 of them. 2 shots each. Hitting on 2s now because they're psychic. So there's a miss there. And then these are wounding usually on 5s, but +1 to wound because they're psychic. So wounding on 4s. And then we are re-rolling because you're on an objective, sir. This is the full might of the Thousand Suns.
Sure is.
Right here. So you've got 4, 8, 12, 13 saves, -2, ignoring cover. Rubric Marines for the win, baby.
Okay, so this is on the front.
It's on the front guy.
Unsurprisingly, he's dead.
Yes, but you'd be glad to know that is the shooting done. The guns fall silent, and there'll be no charging, of course. So I'm just going to quickly look at the cards, and we'll do a little end of the turn roundup. So end of Thousand Suns, turn 1. I don't get bring it down. I'm going to get rid of that for a CP. Put me on 2 in Carl's turn. Storm hostile objective I do get for 4. VP, because obviously I took this objective. So I'm on 1 at the minute. If you pass your battle shock over there, you'll get the 4 points for that one. Going into Carl's turn 2. So Space Wolves turn 2, Display of Might and Mark for Death. So Display of Might basically have more units in No Man's Land than Thousand Suns, which he did already. I only had 1 unit in Mark for Death. So I pick 3 targets and you pick 1 target. Any of my 3 die, you get 5 points. If your one you pick dies, you get 2 points. So basically, Display of Might you've got, because my only unit is that one in No Man's Land. You've got loads in. Mark for Death, I picked these rubrics here, these rubrics here, and that Predator.
That's it, yep.
So what's happened? Basically, at the end of my turn, you use your last CP to pick these lads up.
That's it.
And they've came back down next to the Mark for Death target.
That's it. And because of Logan's ability to manipulate the strategic reserves rule, they can drop into the deployment zone turn 2 rather than turn 3. So they've got a bit of extra mobility to get around the table. Yes, so the Space Wolves are reaching the Thousand Suns lines. This lad's ran forward on his own, which I'm actually pretty terrified of. He doesn't look happy. all his mates in probably the Wolf family have died. So these have moved forward. The Wolfen, they've got a 10-inch charge against these lads. Then everything else is shuffled forward. They've got in range with a heavy bolt. What they call like the heavy bolters, aren't they? Bolt rifles, yeah.
Bolt rifles, yeah. Same with the dreadnought. The Lancer has actually got a bead on my Mark for Death target, so I think I made a mistake making that one because it's like a bullet magnet now. And these intercessors have moved forward as well to try and get these flamers. I have got 2 CP. I was thinking about overwatching, but I think I'm going to save it just to use on some of the detachment strats, because I didn't get a chance to use that many in mine in Richard's game. So I think I'm going to save them and use some pretty interesting strats. So is there anything else you need to mention there?
No, I think that's it, mate. So just some backfield stuff moved around. Logan and Bjorn moved up just to push some more aggression into the middle of the table. But no, let's release the wolves, eh?
Let's release the wolves, baby. Starting off with the Lancer in the distance over there in the city, taking some shots into the Predator. Let's do some shooting. Lancer, what do you want to start with? The shots, because you've got some stubbers and that to go into these lads?
Yeah, so we'll start with those, shall we, mate? Just a little bit of tinkling fire. So we've got the heavy stubber going into the guys in the middle. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. And this is going to be strength 4. So it's going to be wounded on 4, yeah. So there is a wound. It's no AP though.
So it is a 2-up save because it's 1 damage. Which the detachment rule coming into play.
Sweet.
That saves it. And then the big gun. The Predator right there.
That's it, mate. Yeah, so we've got the heavy gun going into the Predator. So we've got 2 shots. So 1 hits, 1 misses, but I can re-roll a hit because of the rule for the Lancer. So 1 hit. And then this is going to be strength 14. So wounding on a 3. And it does wound. It's -4, so -3 with cover.
So 6 up. It's a 1. So how much damage does that do?
So this is D6 plus 3. And I can re-roll a damage roll because of the rule. So I will, because I think the 2s, yeah, no good. That's more like it. Okay, so 8 damage on the Predator.
8 damage, critical hit. Next up, we have the Intercessors perched against that barricade, shooting into these Zangors on discs. You've had enough of these, haven't you?
I have had enough of those, mate, and they're not getting a 2-up save either. So, yeah, so we've got 5 guys shooting into them. So they've got 2 shots each on their rifles. But because they are all shooting at the same target, the Intercessor rule means they get double the shots. So they've essentially got 4 shots each with the guns. So
nasty that.
It is pretty good. So
concentrated fire, eh?
That's it. So we're going to be putting these guys in. So they're going to be hitting on 3s into the Zangors.
Oh, which is your Oath of Mum target as well?
Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, so the Oath of Mum target's the squad.
Oh, this one there.
On the side, yeah. Cool. Okay, so hits and then strength 4 and your
toughness 4.
So 4's to wound.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, yeah, as well, mate. Yeah. So that's 5 saves, so 5 ups.
5 ups. 3 go through, so that does kill 1. Put down 1 down onto 1 wound remaining. The legend that is Bjorn doing some shots into these rubrics here. That crater wasn't from a bomber or anything, was it? It's just Bjorn walking across it.
That's it. He did the superhero landing, just landed on one knee. Like
jumped out of the dreadnought, dropped halfway down.
So this is going to be 1 shot with his Hellfrost cannon. So it's hitting on a 2. Mate, you talk him up. You know.
So we're not going to talk about that. Cal's went outside, had a little relax, and he's happy enough now. So heavy Intercessors into Cal. You can't target these out of 18, can you?
You're 18, mate. You're right. Yeah. Do you know what? Then I'll switch and I'll fire into these guys. They've got 30 inch range.
Yep. Sorry, I literally just remembered that.
You're all good, bud. You're all good.
On the fly.
Okay, so we've got 4 of the bolt rifle shooting. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Yep. And you're a character-led unit.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a lethal. And then these are strength 5s. So they're going to be wounded on 3s. Okay, so 5 at -1, but you've got some cover. So
5.
They are damage 2 though, so that will change your save.
Yes. So these just get a 4-up invuln because of the sorcerer.
Cool.
Was that 4 or 5?
That's 5, mate. Yeah.
5. So 5 saves, a 4-up. Each one's a dead rubric. So 2 die. Yeah.
Then we've got heavy bolter just to finish up. So this is hitting on 3s, and that's 1 hit. Then it's going to wound on a 3. Same deal, mate. So another 4 up.
Yep. So 4 up save. Yeah. It saves.
Loves it.
The ballistas is going to try again, going into the unkillable rhino. So
don't call it the unkillable, mate. That's not going to help.
Say it's. I'm kind of hoping he does the damage here, but
not that much.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got 2 shots to the last cannon. So these are hitting on 3s.
Yep.
And luckily they're re-rolling because of the ballistas' rule. Fantastic. And then it's going to be strength 12, so it's going to be a 3 to wound. All right, there we go. So it's -3 down to -2.
5 up again. Oh, he goes through. D6 plus 1.
D6 plus 1 for 3 damage.
3 damage. What do you think about CP in it?
No, that's fine, mate.
3 damage. And you've got more shots?
I've got more shots. So I've got 2 crack missiles. So these are hitting on 3s again.
Keep them coming.
So 2 more shots. They're strength 10. So they're going to be wounded on 4s, I believe.
Toughness 10, yeah?
Yeah. So that's 1 more, mate, at -2.
-2, so -1, so 4 up. He's all right.
Cool.
So he takes 3 wounds. Right, so I was getting mixed up. That is T9 with 10 wounds. It's the wounds I was thinking. That is T10 with 11 wounds. So you actually got 2 through there because you rolled a 3. So you've got another. I've got another save.
Another save to make. Yep.
And that is of 4 up. And he does save. Cool. So we've got it all right, people. We've got it right. So we now have some charges. There's this lone brave wolf, 7-inch charge into these. The wolfen, feeling brave and lucky to come for a 10-inch charge into them. And obviously them wolfen have got a 9-inch charge. So you're really hoping for this to go off because if not, it could put the wolves in a bad place this early in the game. So 7-inch charge for the Thunder Wolf Cavalry.
Let's see how he does.
That's a 6, mate.
Not feeling it. He's not feeling it.
Yeah. So now the Wolfen, a big 10-inch charge. You really wanted this to go off.
I could do with this, mate. Yeah, here we go. So 10.
That's an 8.
It is, but that's worth a CP.
He's CP,
oh,
he's feeling brave. He's feeling brave.
100%.
Oh,
there we go. You made it.
He's in on a 10. Can you believe it? So these Wolfen now going to be the heroes on A9. Can they do it? Oh,
hey, top lads.
Can you believe it? Fast boys. So all the Wolfen have actually made the charges. So also big 5 rolled by the intercessors. So they're good as well. You were pushing into these lines and really want to trim down my firepower. I'm still biting my tongue and I'm not firing Overwatch of the Flamers because I'm saving it for some good strats from the detachment people. So our lines have been hit. This could be nasty. Wolfen wanted to kill himself a tank. Let's do it.
Okay, so these lads are built for this. So let's see how they do. So
don't say that. Don't say that, Carl.
These guys are hitting on 3s even. Sorry.
Yep.
So there's 4 lethals off the bat because you're.
Let's just do 4. What's the AP on it?
It's AP -2, mate, and flat 3.
5 ups. That is a dead tank. Does it blow up? Come on. It does. Well. That's going to get my Zangors out as well. So it gets the Zangors, the Rubrics, and the Wolfen. So you're going to roll for mine, I'm going to roll for yours. So what do you want to go for first? Do you want to go for the Rubrics?
Yeah, let's do the Rubrics, mate, shall we? So D3 for just 1.
Wound off the Zangors.
Zangors for 2.
Kills 1 and puts down at 1 wound. The Wolfen, 1. So it wasn't a very big explosion, it was more just like a little pop, a grenade. So now we have the Intercessors against the Rubric Flamers.
That's it, mate. So we're hitting on 3s this time out, so there's no lethals because you're not being led by anybody. So we'll take the missus out. She loves it. Mate, my favourite Warhammer joke. If I can get that in every game I play, then makes me happy.
I've heard it enough times now, Carl,
to keep my mouth
to not laugh anymore.
Fair enough. And these
I didn't laugh the first time, to be honest. It was that terrible.
Mate. No, rude. Like, you know. That's what I deserve. Yeah, that's not really what I deserve.
Yeah, you're not wrong. We've got a fist.
Got a fist. So hitting on 3s. A mighty 1. And then wounding on a 2. Mate, all right, see you later. All right, take it easy.
No. So the attack's back. I just need to kill 1 intercessor and I get the objective, which would be nice. So we'll have a 4 staff from the Aspiring Sorcerer hitting on 3s. So 2 hits, 2 hits. And then wounding on 3s. So you've got 2 saves at -1, mate.
Okay, bud.
Can your dice carry on rolling bad?
Of course.
Well, 1 goes through D3 damage. So it does kill 1.
Perfect.
So I'll do my attacks for my Rubrics as well. 8 attacks. Just hitting you with the butts of the guns. And wounding on 4s. You've got 3 saves. No AP, of course.
AP, so 3 ups. So a guy takes a wound.
Takes a wound. So yeah, I didn't think I'd be winning that combat over there, especially with wolves as well. But we have got this combat over here, which I'm not looking forward to. Let's do it. So I used a cool strat from a detachment. -1 to wound to the Rubrics. What did you do, Carl?
It's only cool if you're a nerdy wizard, mate. So, you know, just saying. So I've got +1 to wound from the priest, which I tried
cancelling out with the strat.
But I've got a strat when I can put +1 to wound back in. So effectively, we'll cancel it.
So yeah, we've just both used a CP, but I have used a strat from the detachment. So. Yeah, lots of attacks going in.
Yeah, so these are hammers. They're coming in on 3s and they're rerolling because of oath. So that's 2 lethal so far because you're being led. These are hits, and then I'll reroll the 2s. So 1 more hit, and then these are strength 5 with effectively +1 to wound now. So
3s.
It's gonna be 2s, mate.
Oh, 2. Sorry, yeah. Just ignore me. Yeah. I'm a bit of a brain fart.
You're all good. So that's 6 at -2.
6, 5 ups, you're telling me.
That's what I'm telling you.
5 go through.
Okay, flat damage 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
Smash 5 rubrics. We've got the wolf priest that is slightly turning into a wolfen because of his enhancement. So you're attacking as well.
So this lad's hitting on 2s. So you got a lethal there. And then he is strength 6 with +1, so he's going to be winning on 2s as well.
Still can't believe you made this 10-inch charge.
Mate, it was about time something good happened, right? So you got 5 saves there, mate. It's only -1, but it's 2 damage.
So 4 ups. 3 more die. 2 damage, yeah?
2 damage, yeah.
Nice. So that is 5, 6, and 8 rubrics die from that unit. So attacks back from my unit. So I've got a sorcerer on disc, hitting on 2s. And then we are wounding on 3s. You've got 5 saves, mate, at -1.
5 saves right now. I'm going to ask the audience at home here, what do we think is going to happen here then? Yeah, how many 4-ups are we going to make?
Well, yeah, I won't answer that. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. You're above average. So it's 2d3. So first one kills 1, second one kills 1.
Sweet.
So 2 die. We've got an aspiring sorcerer. 1 misses, and then we're wounding on 3s. Nothing. And then we have just a normal guy with his fists. This is the Soul Reaper guy. Toughness 5 for?
Toughness 6.
Oh, so I wouldn't have been winning on 3s.
Shit, sorry mate, yeah.
Let's double check what the sorcerer got after, but let us just roll for these 2. So these will be 5 and 6s, nothing. I'll just quickly see what the aspiring sorcerer got. So I've quickly double checked and I got all 4s anyway with the Exalted Sorcerer on disc. So that is all the combats. The wolves are well and truly in my lines now. I just need to try and push them back out. So well done, Carl, another good turn. 9 points again on secondaries. Obviously 5 for Mark for death for killing the Predator. And Display of Might having more units in no man's land than I do. So going into the Thousand Suns, turn 2. Thousand Suns, turn 2. Sabotage, do an action on a terrain piece, not in my deployment zone, for 3 points. If I do it in Carl's deployment zone, I get 6 points, so I'm just going to go for the 3. Assassination, kill a character, 5 points. So Carl has hemmed me in a little bit. I've started pulling everything back a little bit. These lads fell back out, past Battle Shock, jumped in the Rhino, and that's flew back. The Zangor Enlightened have came over here to try and deal with these. They might be able to, might not be able to. These lads have came to deal with these. Them lads have fell back. I'm going to use a strat to fall back and shoot for rubrics. I do have that, don't I? Yes, I do. Yeah, that's right. I was just double checking on my strat list. And then these lads doing the action for sabotage on this terrain piece. Obviously the battle line, so they can still shoot. So lots more shooting going into the wolves.
Hooray.
Let's. I haven't probably bring my Terminators down yet because there's not actually that many gaps in the battlefield where I can shot them. And it's kind of pointless shotting them in my lines because it's already getting a bit packed. So I'm just trying to clear out my lines, score some secondaries, and then I'll try and score them primaries later game. So starting off with the Psychic, the Shaman is going to try and do reroll hit rolls of 1 on that unit of Wolfen. So I need a 5. I get that, so reroll and hit rolls of 1. Then I will do some mortal wound stuff. I'll do that over here. The Infernal Master will do it on them Wolfen. That is a 12, so that is D3 plus 3 mortal wounds. That's 5 mortal wounds, sir. Okay. On the Wolfen. We have extra AP. Let's put it on them because they don't have an invuln, so they'll put extra AP on them. I need a 9. 5, 6, 7. Let's just be greedy and roll another. Yes, we have an extra 2 AP on them Intercessors. And then we have move again. Do I want to move anything again? I don't think I do, you know.
You could run away some more like a big magical...
Yeah. Wimp.
Scumbag.
Yeah. You were going to say something else.
I was going to say something else, mate.
I think I'm all right. Let's do some shooting, yeah. Shooting, Zangor's shooting at the priest because I'm going to try and snipe him out. So there's 4 left, so I get 8 shots, hitting on 3s because of my Shaman. Rerolling 1s. Oh, there's a few 2s in there. That's what I didn't want to get. No lethals either. So that is That is pretty bad. Wounding on toughness 4, right?
He's toughness 4, mate, yeah.
3s. So that is 3 saves at -2.
Okay, so 4 ups. So
He's
he's
4
dead.
damage. You want to CP one of them?
I think I will CP one of those, mate.
Well.
Yeah, might
That
disappoint.
saves you me getting assassinate.
It doesn't.
Sorry,
Of
mate.
course it
Don't
doesn't.
listen to Zinch. That is a dead priest. Zangor Shaman, going to try and get his pound of wolfy flesh. D6 shots. 3. Hitting on 2s. And then wounding on 2. Toughness 6.
Toughness 6,
3
yeah.
Just 1, no AP.
Okay.
He's alright.
He's all right.
I'll have a look and we'll do some more shooting. So 2 rhinos, I might as well do both these together, just going into them 3 wolfen. So we've got Inferno bolters. Let's start with them. Rerolling 1s. And then these are wounding on 5s and 6s. Just 1, -2.
Okay, mate, so 4 up.
Yeah, sure injury.
Nope, so 1 damage.
Wound, yeah. And then 2 Havoc launchers, 2d6, 6, 7, 8. 3, 6, 7, 8. Hitting on 3s. Reroll the 1. And then wounding on 5 and 6s still. So you've got 4 more saves. No AP on this.
Okay, right, so here we go. So they all go through, because of course they do. So that's 1 guy left on a wound.
Yeah, these dice. Zinch is definitely on this battlefield, isn't he?
These dice.
Flamers fell back, use a strat so they can also shoot and charge if they wanted to. So it's 4d6. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll do the sorcerer first. So it's psychic power, hitting on 3s, so 2 hits, wounding on 4s, and I can re-roll them because you're on an objective that you hold. 1 mortal wound, mate. 1 mortal wound.
Oh, 1 mortal, sorry,
1
mate.
mortal,
Yeah.
my friend. And then we've got 4 flamers, so 4d6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So flamers wounding on 4s. These are re-rolling. So wounding on 4s, re-rolling these. Thank goodness. Now, Carl, that is 5, 10. This is at -3.
Of course it is, mate. Yeah. Okay, so
-3,
10
my
dice.
friend.
So 10 6
Obviously,
is coming up.
The psychic power, the extra 2 AP.
Yeah,
Just to let
got it,
people
bud.
know who we're watching.
Yeah. That's the squad line.
Burnt to a crisp. Their armour was blue before that, wasn't it? So a little bit more shooting. Unit of rubrics and the Infernal Master into these 2 wolfen. And the wolfen are no more, just 2 wolves laid on the floor with Inferno bullet holes through them. Unit, I forgot to mention, he did heal. I rolled a 6, of course, and got the 2 back that Carl killed. I can already hear the people screaming at the screen about these Found Sons, but I'm going to shoot that unit into these wolves. I just don't want him to get that objective. So, yeah, let's do some shooting. In more dead wolves. This is becoming animal cruelty at this stage, but you know, you send wolves to fight us. This is what's got to happen, I'm afraid. So that is shooting. I believe, yeah, that's everything shot. There's 1 wolfen left here on 1 wound. I'd like him to be dead, but you can't have everything, can you, Carl?
You definitely can't, mate. No.
So I'll do a quick roundup, and that'll be that. So end of my turn. Sabotage is still in play. That completes at the end of Carl's turn. Assassination I do get for 5 points for killing that priest. So not a bad turn. It's Carl's looking thin on the ground with his assets, but he's going to send in a second wave and see what it can do. Space Wolves turn 3. Let's get into the middle of the battle now, when the orders are behind enemy lines and establish locus. They're actually really good ones because you've got your scouts up in reserves. So behind enemy lines you should get for 3 points, depending on how your other units do. In establish locus, you're doing that in my deployment for 4 points. And that completes end of your turn. Yeah, so they're both complete the end of your turn, so I can't stop you from doing that. These jumped in here because my deployment's pretty massive. It's like starts here and then it's like all the way to that corner. That side is just a big flame of threat zone, so he just stayed out of that from his deep strike stuff. These have moved forward. to go and fight the tank, try and finish it off. These have moved forward and you advance, they can advance and charge to go and fight these that are doing the action on the terrain piece. Grimnar.
Yeah, he advanced, mate, to get onto the objective, so he's not charging, but he's holding that central objective for me.
Which makes sense, he's right in the middle of the battlefield holding the ground, so... and then Bjorn has moved forward and he's going to maybe try and charge these as well or shoot them in that.
Yeah.
The tank moved forward, you didn't want to be in the city anymore, you're drawing too much gunshots over there with my artillery shells, so he's started coming forward and he's going to try and maybe tank shock them, you said, at a later turn.
Yeah, so I'm moving him up and staging him a little bit this turn to maybe get a bit more movement next turn and threaten this objective a little bit. And then these lads are bubbling out a 12-inch gap here, so between them and the ballistas, that's most of the board covered.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just...
These lads dropped in from D-Strike?
They did, yes. They've dropped in there, give me some options for turn 4 and 5.
And then these lads have jumped at this objective. So all moving forward, ready for the next hit. See if the Thousand Suns can survive it. Going into the shooting. For the shooting, some heavy intercessors into this unit of rubrics here. So yeah, let's go.
Okay, mate. So we're going to have hitting on 3s and re-rolling because of Oath. So, and there's a lethal there as well, so we'll hang on to that. Then re-roll these ones. Okay.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Right.
-1 damage, 2 CP. It's probably not worth it, so I'll leave it.
Okay, sure, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. So it would actually cost you 3 because Logan's within 12 as well.
Yeah,
so
that's a good point.
There you go. So we've got lethal already, and then these are going to be wounded on 3s because they're strength 5. So that's going to be 5 saves, mate, and -1.
5 saves, -1. I'll get a bit of cover there, so
sure
it'll be 3 ups. Yeah. So 3 go through.
Cool.
What I'll do is I will kill my sorcerer in 2 rubrics.
Okay.
And I'll use what would cost 1 CP usually, now 2 CP, to shoot that unit back.
Got you.
See if I can do some damage in return. Well, the rubric shooting back, I really wanted to use this strat. So yeah, ideally you want just your sorcerer to die, and this guy it'd be better if he was in range, which he isn't. But I'd still have 6 rubrics with bolters and the Soul Reaper. So you're on an objective, so you get an extra pip of armor.
I ignore a pip of AP, yeah.
And then obviously I get the re-rolls to wound, which is nice. So starting with the bolters, hitting on 3s. And then we are wounded on 5s and 6s.
Yes, these fat lads are toughness 6.
Yeah, tough boys these. Which I get a few 6s there, and then re-rolling wounds. So you've got 6 saves at -2, ignoring cover.
Okay, so effectively -1 because of the AP.
Yes.
So these are going to be 4 ups. So that kills 1 guy.
1 guy in the Soul Reaper. I always get 3 misses with a Soul Reaper. I don't know why. Every time I shoot.
I mean, I would say how sorry I feel.
I know,
for
yeah. I'm telling it's preaching to the wrong choir here, Hannah. Re-rolling wounds. So you've got 2 more saves. -2 in that. 2 more.
Okay, 2 more.
So I kill 1, put 1 down on 1 wound. Probably wasn't worth 2 CP, but I really want to use that strat, and I do like it. I think in the right circumstance, I think that could be really powerful. Maybe just not this time. Bjorn shooting next into this unit. So what gun profile are you using here?
So because he did so well with the last one with the single shot, we're going to give him a bit more chance. I mean, he's old, his eyesight's probably going, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to use the dispersed profile with the Hellfrost cannon, which gives him D6 shots. And then I'm going to use this heavy flamer as well.
Let's do it.
Different flamer profile. So we'll do the Hellfrost first. So that is going to be D6 shots. For 1, of course it is.
He's doing good so far.
And it does hit, so it's torrents, that's good. So it's going to be 3 to wound. So it does wound, and that's -1, but it doesn't ignore cover.
It doesn't ignore cover?
Doesn't ignore, no.
And it's 1 damage?
It's 2 damage.
2 damage, so I get a 3 up, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
That's what I'm telling you.
Yep, so kills a
Good lad.
Rubric Marine.
And then the heavy flamer, we can do that at the same time if you like. So that's 5 shots this time. And this is strength 5, so it's going to be wounding on 3s. This does ignore cover, but it's only 1 damage.
So then I get my +1 of my save, so again 3s?
Yeah, so -1 +1, yeah.
Yep, so you kill 2 rubrics, nice.
Okay.
So the ballistas now is threading the needle through these rocks into the rhino on 7 wounds.
Alrighty.
So I'd like to say pop smoke, but I had to use 2 CP on that strat over there because of Grimnar over there. So yeah, let's do it.
So both half strength, so I'm re-rolling these. So I'm hitting on 3s. and both hit. And these are going to be strength 12, so winning on 3s. And both wound.
Nice.
And this is going to be -3 down to -2.
So 5 ups. One goes through.
Okay.
D6 plus 1 if you get a 6. He kills
how about
it.
that?
Well done. Keep a blow up. He doesn't.
He doesn't.
But the unit inside, there's 3 models in there, so any ones take mortal wounds, so 1 takes immortal wound. The unit's out. And these lads have dropped out the tank, making that a 9-inch charge for that lone wolfen. And then over here we've got a lancer shooting into these 5 flamers. So see if you can do some damage.
Cool. Okay, so we've got the. We'll start off this time with the little plinky shots actually. So they might actually do something for a change. So we've got the Icarus rocket pod. That's D3 shots for 1, and hits on a 3 and wounds on a 2 because it's strength 8. So that's 1 save at -1.
-1, 2 damages, right?
That's 2 damage, mate. Yeah.
So it'll be, goes through cover, so it'll be a 3 up. Oh, 2, you kill 1.
Okay. Then we've got the Iron Hell Heavy Stubber, which is going to be in rapid fire range. That'll be 6 shots from the stubber. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. And this one is only strength 4, so it's going to be winded on 4s. Okay, so no wins from that. And then we've got the Storm Bolter. We've got 2 of those. So we've got rapid fire. So that's going to be same deal. It's going to be hitting on 3s. Good stuff. Well done, mate. And then this is the big Lancer Laser Destroyer. So we're going to be.
You want to go through, really?
Throwing this. So I'm going to use the reroll to hit on that one. So that's 2 hits. We're winning on 2s. So that's 2 wounds at -4 becomes -3.
So 2, 5 up invuns. Yep, both go through. Cool. So that's 3.
So that's minimum 3 damage. Yeah.
Nice. So as the bolters fall silent, there's some charges. All we hear is screaming and howling. We've got a wolfen with a 9-inch charge going into these. We've got the head takers, 7-inch charge into these, and we've got Bjorn with an 8-inch charge into these. So where do you want to start, mate?
So we'll start with the 7, buddy, because that's the
start with the head takers.
Yeah. So that, yeah. So
we've got a CP if all fails.
Sure have. So that's a 7.
In.
So
no more,
in.
no less.
And then we'll go with Bjorn.
Bjorn, 8-inch. He's in. He's
it.
loving it. And then last but not least, we have this wolfen needs a not that.
Okay.
CP.
No, I'm good, bud. I'm good.
And that's that. So let's do some combat. So we're going to start off with Ragnar because he's an absolute blender in combat. He's going to see if he can take out this whole rubric squad. So let's do it, mate.
That's it, mate. Right. Okay. So this lad's hitting on 2s. He's going to be exploding on 6s, and he's going to be lethal on 6s because you're a character unit. So here we go.
And re-rolls because
re-rolls. Yeah. So that has hit.
So you could fish, really.
I'm going to fish, mate. At this point, why not? Like.
Looking better.
Decent.
Looking
okay.
better. No ones there as well.
No ones. We've got 4 extra hits.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Lethal, right? And then these are going to be. So he's strength 6. And he's on the charge. He's -3. So he's going to be winded on 3s.
Wounded on 3s, yeah.
So
we can go to no Devo out now.
No Devo, nothing, mate. So you got 2, 4, 6, 8. You got 9 saves at -3 there.
So Zincha's number. So there's no way I'm dying. I actually am going to have to roll 5 at a time here though. And these are 4 ups because that's our invuln. So 3 die. So 2 more. So 1 more. So they're all dead. There's just the sorcerer left, 4 up. So he takes, and what's the damage on that?
Just 2, mate.
So he's down to 3 wounds remaining.
Okay.
Sorcerer's down to 3 wounds remaining. I'll remove the casualties and we'll get back to you. The head takers absolutely pummeled that sorcerer into the ground, and that is that unit destroyed. So behind enemy lines, you get for 4 points. Established locus, you get for 4 as well. 8 points. Your secondary game's been fantastic. Both our primary game, we've just been like trading in the middle.
It's been weak, mate. Yeah,
I've been basically just trying to keep away from that centre, hoping for the late primary game. But I'm really going to have to start pushing this turn. But obviously, you get behind enemy lines because you got 3 units in here, and then established locus from the scouts. So going into Thousand Suns turn 3. So Thousand Suns turn 3. I got rid of Sabotage at the end of Carl's turn, because you can do that now. So the 2 cards I drew were Recover Assets and Defend Stronghold. So Recover Assets is do actions, which I'm not going to be doing. I don't have the assets left to be doing that. Defend Stronghold, that's doable. That doesn't complete until the end of Carl's turn, but I might be able to get that if all goes well. And I get a challenger card. So being 9 inches of a board edge, not in my deployment zone. So what I've done is basically, these, I used my last CP to auto pass Battle Shock, and they've gone 9 inches to the board edge. Carl overwatched with this and didn't do a sausage. So they're getting me 3 points. Over here, these have all moved forward. The Terminators have dropped in, and we're basically just going to try and clear out this mid board, which I've been trying to do all game. I'm just emptying these firing lanes and try and get rid of these. I don't know how easy it'll be because I know Carl has got some tough stuff there. Over here, the Zangors and these 3 are going to be trying to clear out this stuff here. These are guarding this objective, and these are guarding this objective. So let's do some shooting. No one's actually got into each other's sort of side yet. The Wolves are just breaking into the Thousand Sun side, but if I can clear this out, it'll be back to the Wolves guarding the city and me on the outskirts, which is very thematic, building up to the later hours of the game. So let's do some shooting. So quick one, I can actually get an extra 3 points here because I can recover assets. Basically it's doing an action deployment zone, no man's land, enemy deployment zone. If you only do 2 of them, you get 3 points. If you do all 3, you get 5 points. And it completes now at the end of my turn, not your opponent's. So these are in my deployment. So these are guarding, which isn't an action, and they're recovering assets. And obviously because the battle line, they can still shoot. Over here, these are guarding. These are getting my 9 inches from that board edge, and they're recovering assets in no man's land. So these are getting me a lot of points. I'll just make sure the battlefield edge one isn't an action. Not just as has to be within the battlefield 9 inches of the battlefield edge. So a lot of points going on just for these little units. And obviously with them being battle line, they can still shoot. So I need to do some psychic powers. I'll have a think and I'll get back to you. So psychic powers, we'll start off with the Infernal Master. He's going to Doombolt Logan Grimnar. So let's see if we can do it. We can't. So that's that. We want to put reroll 1s to hit on this unit. So I'm going to put that with just this Terminator, Aspiring Sorcerer. I need a 5. So we do reroll 1s against that unit. Then I'm going to put, I'm going to try and move these Terminators again. So I'll do it with the Lord. So I need a 6 here. Yeah, and then move D6 inches. So move 6 inches. I'm just basically just going to try and move them close to Bjorn because they might charge him. And then I need to put extra AP on these lads. So I'm going to do that with these doing an action. Recover assets, they are. So I'm not sure these can actually do that. Let's have a look and get back to you. So yeah, I can do it even though I'm doing an action. So we're going to try and put extra AP on this unit here. So this goes off on a 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got an extra 1 AP against that unit. The next guy might as well just try and Doombolt again into Grimnar. So this is the Aspiring Sorcerer on disc. 5, 6, 7, 8. That does go off. Let's just be... Oh, no, I'm not going to be greedy. I'm not going to be greedy. So D3 on Grimnar. 2 mortal wounds on him. So that's all gone off. So re-rolling 1s against Logan Grimnar.
Rerolling 1s against the head takers.
Head takers.
And AP on those.
And AP on those. And then we've done that. And then these are going to move 6 inches.
Yep.
And then we'll do some shooting. So this unit, I'm going to put the Aspiring Sorcerer into this guy. And I'm going to put the Exalted Sorcerer and Disc in the Soul Reaper into the guy behind. So Aspiring Sorcerer hitting on 3s. 2 hits. And I just need 1 fall for him to die. So it's devastating, and that does get him. So that's the this guy there.
Open, yeah, pick him up.
Yeah, no worries. And then I'll do the Flamer from the Aspiring Sorcerer into the Thunderwolf. So it's 3 shots, well, 3 hits. Toughness 6, right?
Toughness 6, yeah.
So 4s. And these are reroll 1s. So 2 saves. Yeah, 2 saves at -2.
Cool. 4 ups. So he takes 1.
D3 damage. 2 damage.
Okay.
And the Soul Reaper into him. Oh, God, that Soul Reaper's just underperforming today. I can't even complain, really. 1 save at -2.
Okay,
Right.
so I've got 2 wounds left.
2 wounds left, so that's that unit shot. Let's just carry on going, and we've got the Rhino into the same target. So, Inferno Bolters, 1 hit, and then wounding on, that, -2. Saves it, and then we have a Havoc Launcher, 5, hitting on 3s, and then wounding on 5s. 1 more save, 3 up. He's all right. He's all right. He's loving it. I'll have a little think. I'll get back. So the Zango Enlightened and the Shaman all going into this wolf, running at them because they can't take him down. It's like, on the Lord of the Rings when they're shouting Legolas to take out that Uruk-hai berserker with a flame. That's what the Zango Shaman's shouting right now. So hitting on 3s. We've got 2 lethals there. Then we are wounding on 5 6s. So you've got 3 saves on your Invun. Any of these fail, he is dead because he's 2 damage.
So 2 fails, so he's dead. So
he goes down. That. Then I'll have a little think, get back to more shooting. These rubrics and the Infernal Master all going into Logan Grimnar. I'll start with the Infernal Master. 2d6. 7, 5, 6, 7. Strength 6. What's your toughness?
Just toughness 5, mate.
So only toughness 5, eh?
Yeah. Right, so.
So wounding on 3s. And then you're on an objective, so sadly I can re-roll all them. So yeah, the all wounds, that is 3, 4, 6, 7 saves at -2.
So he takes
I don't think this is ignoring cover, I'll just double check.
Okay, mate.
Yeah, that doesn't ignore cover, that one. So he's on 3 wounds left. We're going to do the Sorcerer, hitting on 3s. And then these are hitting on 3s, wounding on, sorry, I've had a brain fart there.
You're fine, it's been a long day.
He's infantry, right?
He is infantry, yeah.
So mortal wounds on 4s. Then re-roll if you're on objective. You take a mortal wound, sir. Okay. Then we have a Soul Reaper. So you're on 2 wounds remaining. And we take out the Chapter Master of the Space Wolves. That's 2 sustained. Thank you very much. Wounds on 3s, but again, lots of re-rolls going on here, people. Sorry, that is just 2 mortal wounds. The Soul Reaper.
Oh, there you go, mate.
Peppers Logan Grimnar, and he falls. Oh, that's big. Obviously, he doesn't die. He just goes back up to the battle badge, and that's that unit. Now, Terminators are just going to go into these Head Takers and what's he called? Blackmane. So I'll tell you what.
What's he called? That's so disrespectful, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, we don't care for our Space Wolf names. So he's anti-vehicle, so he might as well go into Bjorn, and then the rest will go into into them lads, the Head Takers. So the Sorcerer into Bjorn on 2s, and then that's lethal, which I didn't want really. Then 4s. So that is 3 mortal wounds. Is it damage 3 or damage 2? Let me double check. Sorry, people. Yeah, it's just damage 2, that one. So 2 damage. So you got 1 save at -3.
So
you save it. So
no, it goes through, mate. Yeah.
What's his invuln? Beyond
5 up.
So you've took 4 wounds. You've got 4, 5 up. Feel no pains. So he takes 2 bits of pain. Then I'll do the next Sorcerer going into the Head Takers. So looking for 2s because of the enhancement. Rerolling 1s on the Head Takers. And then wounding on 4s. And then no reroll. So 2 go through, 2 mortal wounds on the Head Takers, mate.
Okay.
I might as well go straight to the rocket pods will go into Bjorn as well. Sorry for this, but they're anti-vehicle, so it's pointless going into the Head Takers. Rocket pods into Bjorn. So all hits, strength 10, toughness
9.
So
but
3.
It's -1 to wound because you've got strength higher than his toughness.
Right. So -1 to wound. So 3 go through at -2, mate.
Okay. So
they're 3 damage a pop. So that's 9 damage. 9, 5 up, feel no pains. Carl's dice, strike again.
Yep, there he goes.
That kills him, does it?
Big lad's off, yep.
Yeah. The rest of the Terminators will shoot into the Head Takers. Skull Takers. What are they called?
Head Takers, mate, yeah.
Head Takers.
Yeah.
So Carl's relaxed a little bit after the after Bjorn dying. You alright over there, Carl?
Having a great time, mate. Always.
He's opening the door to get a bit of air in here because he's started the sweat. So we're going to do some Soul Reaper cannons into these lads, hitting on 2s. We're re-rolling 1s. So these have got extra AP on these, right?
Yeah.
And the 6s are lethal, no 6s there. I need to remember all these rules. And then these are wounding on
just T4,
3s.
mate, so 3s.
So there's no re-rolls here, but you have got... you have got 5 saves at -3.
Okay, so 6 ups.
And then you've got 4 devastating. So you take there 8 wounds.
Okay, so that guy was on a wound, so he's dead. And then 3 wounds on this guy, 3 wounds on this guy, so that's 7 in total. And then Ragnar takes 1.
Takes 1. And we have a load of bolters, see if they can pepper Ragnar to death. And when the smoke settles, Ragnar falls as well. So Bjorn, Ragnar, and the chapter master of the Space Wolves have all fell in this turn. Obviously, like I say, not dying, but this might be the defence of the city crumbling. So end of Thousand Suns, turn 3. I get recover assets for 3 points for doing the action with these and the flamers. Defend stronghold still in play, and I get the challenger card for 3 points, with them flamers being 9 inches of the board edge. So we had a little talk out, and Carl can actually still win this game. He's still on the ground, but he could keep me tied up and push me off this primary and defend the city. I feel like this is what the Wolves would do, push to the last man to defend Fenris. So we're going to carry on playing, and we're going to see what cards Carl draws. Funnily enough, I'll get another challenger card at the beginning of this battle round. So we'll see what we both get going into Carl's turn 4. So the orders have been received for the Wolves: extend battle lines and sabotage. Extend battle lines you're already getting. That's hold an objective mark on your deployment and in no man's land. Sabotage, do an action on a terrain piece. If you do it in Mars deployment zone, you get 6 points, which you are going to be doing. So basically, these are sabotaging this rock. I don't know what's in there, but it's obviously something important. And then the extend battle lines is these lads over here.
That's it.
And that tank as well. And obviously they've got the holm eject. That's sticky anyway, but you've moved them back just for a bit of later game point scoring.
Yeah, a bit of redundancy for later on, possibly. The tank's moved up the middle just to hold the objective, get some shots into these lads because he's within 18.
Yep.
And then a tank shot, I think, into the Terminators to tie them up in combat, stop you moving up the middle.
Yeah.
Everything else is just staying still and just holding the trigger down. See what you can do.
And hoping that you can defend this city. So I'm interested to see how the shooting goes. Let's see what you can do. So starting with the
Lancer.
Into who? This Exalted Sorcerer on disc in this unit.
That's the lad. Yeah.
So I really want to keep these alive because I get Defend Stronghold if I hold it. You've put Orphamon on these so you can re-roll your hits.
That's it, mate. Yeah. So we got. Okay, let's go. So we'll start with the las cannon. Or laser destroyer. So we've got 2 shots. Both hit. Mm-hmm. This is going to be strength 14, so 2s. There's 2 saves at -4.
So there's the 5 up invulnerable saves. Both go through. That is the 2 rubrics. Dead. Nasty. Then the rest of your guns into the sorcerer.
Yeah, so I've got the... does he have fly keyword?
He does. Let's double check. He does have fly keyword, of course, on his disc, so...
D3 shots. 3.
Oh, no.
And then he's going to be hitting on 3s. And re-rolling because of oath. So he is a character unit, so those are lethal.
Nice.
And then this is anti-fly 2 up. So of course. So that's 2 saves at -1.
Can't you re-roll one of
I can re-roll one of those. Cheers, bud. Yeah. That's 3 saves at -1.
-1. He's not in any cover there, so this is 3 4-ups.
Ooh! That is 2 damage each, mate.
I'm going to have to CP it, aren't I? Well, saying that, he has 5 wounds, but I'm going to CP it. So he's down to 1 wound remaining. Can you pop it off with a stubber or a bolter?
Well, let's try. So we've got the storm bolters. So that's a lethal. Those are hits, and that is a reroll. So there's 3 hits. Is toughness 4?
Toughness 4, yeah.
Toughness 4, so 4s. So that is 2 more saves at no AP.
2 saves, no AP. So 2 3-ups, live or die. He's dead. Snake Eyes. Zinch has forsaken us, and I don't get that defense stronghold. So 2 heavy bolters, 2 heavy bolt rifles and a heavy bolter into the rubrics, and the heavy bolt rifle that can't see is going into the Terminators.
Okay, so we'll do the 2 rifles into the rubrics, so they stayed still, so they get hit on 2s, and they're going to be wounding on 3s because they're strength 5. That is 2 saves at -1, but you've got cover.
Yep, so it'll be 3 ups. Oh, Snake Eyes again. That's 4 ones in a row.
Not ideal, mate.
2 rubrics dead.
Yeah.
Blink, blink.
And then the heavy bolter, so 3 shots, so 2 hits, no sustained, and wounded on 3s again. So 2 more, same
2 more
deal.
3 ups.
Yeah.
I mean, in the heavy bullet rifle, got 2 6s, so 2 lethals into the Terminator unit. Our dice have really swapped around that, haven't they?
Hasn't it? Yeah, 100%.
So 2 AP1, right?
2 AP1, maybe you got cover.
So
yeah.
2 ups.
Whee!
They're all right. The ones have stopped.
Yeah, cool.
So the Ballistas is now shooting into the rubrics as well. Try and chip a few of them away. So yeah, let's go for it, mate.
Okay, bud. So we got 2 las cannons. You are above half strength, so he's re-rolling. So 2 las cannons hitting on 3s and re-rolling. And then this is going to be winning on 2, strength 12. So 2 at -3 becomes -2.
-3 comes -2, 5 ups. Make 1, fill 1.
So D6 +1.
So that's 1 dead, yeah.
And then the rockets, we're going for the crack to try and punch through the armour. So re-roll those, luckily. So 2 hits, and then this is strength 10, so 2s again.
2 ones.
Perfect.
Lovely. This has been the game of ones. So that's that. 1 rubric died there, and that's shooting, I believe.
That is it, mate. Yeah, that's all.
So we'll do some charge, which would basically just be that tank. And yeah, I'm guessing you're tank shocking?
I certainly am, mate, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, let's do it. So the tank is in, rolled a 10, and then you just need a tank shock. So it's toughness 10, I believe.
It is toughness 10, mate. So yeah, 10 dice.
5s and 6s, do mortal wounds. That is 2. 3. That kills the Terminator. Nice. So the tank attacked and did nothing to the Terminators. I might as well get this on record, hitting back. So I've got a Sorcerer with a Capesh. That is 2 lethals, and then we're hitting on 2s because of my enhancement, and then we're wounding on, this is strength 6, so
T10 to
5s. No. So you've got 2 saves, mate, -1.
Okay. Loves it.
And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4,
7,
5, 6, I think in.
1, 2. Oh, sorry, yeah, the sorcery, yeah, 6 in, and then you got 1 with the Soul Reaper cannon. The rest have got the swords.
Yeah, the Soul Reaper cannon.
I think he's got a sword as well.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Yeah. So these are hitting on 2s, and I'm really wanting 6s, but I only get 1 there. And then these are wounded on 6s now. Wounded on 6s, sir. Just 2. So you've got 3 at -2.
Okay, mate. So 3, 5 ups. So fails
4
2,
damage.
4 damage. Okay.
And then the Sorcerer Lord, so that he'll get 5 attacks, hitting on 2s, 2 lethals, then wounding on 5s. So you've got 3 saves at -1.
Okay. Take
just 1 D3 damage. Does 3 damage.
Okay, so he's on 5 left.
5 wounds remaining, but it's not dead, and that is the end of your turn.
That is it, mate. Yep.
I'll do a quick end of turn roundup. So end of Space Wolves turn 4. Extend battle lines, they get for 4 points. Sabotage is still in play. So 4 points going into Thousand Suns turn 4. I really, really need to catch up here. So Thousand Suns turn 4. Establish Locus. I need to do an action in the middle of the battlefield or in Carl's deployment zone. I don't think I'll get this. Defense Stronghold I've kept hold of. I've got stuff on my Stronghold now. And the Challenger card, I just need to be 15 inches away from one of Carl's unit to get 3 points for it. So I did score 4 for this, and they were guarding it, so I scored 6. And they're getting me the 3 points for the Challenger card. They've got me an absolute ton of points, these lads. These have fell back. I'm going to use my CP to fall back, shoot and charge. So them Terminators are doing that. The Infernal Master jumped in this Rhino and it's flew over here. And these flew over here, because I'm going to try and stop the sabotage going on. So I'm just trying to clear this, like I have been all game. Hopefully turn 5, I can move out and get some objectives. So yeah, let's do some psychic powers. Also, this is guarding this objective, the tank. So this sorcerer is going to do a doom bolt into this tank. So doom bolt goes off on a 7. That is a 7. I'm actually going to be greedy in Channel the War. 7, 8, 9. So it doesn't get the superpowered one, but I do D3. Yeah. So just one mortal wound. Okay. Then we will do extra AP on this tank from the other sorcerer, I believe. Should I? No, right. I'm going to go over the shaman. I'm going to do reroll 1s against these scouts. So this goes off on a 5. That's yep, that'll do. And then I have extra AP and extra move. Let's have a little think. So these two rubrics are going to put extra AP on this tank. So this goes off on a 9. That does go off. So yeah, I'll just leave it as that. Extra 1 AP. And then a move. I really don't know what I'm going to move here. I wouldn't mind getting my... Right, I'm just going to put... yeah. I'll have a think and get back to you. So yeah, I'm not going to bother double moving anything. I'm going to leave everything as is. So this tank is going to shoot into these scouts. So I'm going to use the flamer from the Infernal Master, and I'll use the sorcerer, aspiring sorcerer. I'll tell you what, I'll use the Soul Reaper. So Soul Reaper and the flamer, and then obviously the bolters and all that from that as well. So the bolters. So just their hit and rerolling 1s against this unit. So 2 hits, and we are wounding. Oh, what's your toughness? 4.
Toughness 4, mate, yeah.
So 4s. You've got 2 saves at -2.
Okay, so did it ignore cover?
No, not these ones.
So save 1 goes through.
Nice, so 1 takes a wound. We've got the big flamer, 2d6, 12. See if he hurts himself. He doesn't. That's 3 6s in a row. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is wounding on strength 6 or 3s. And you're not on an... Oh, not even... It's a tank shooting you. So 3s. So you've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 saves at -2. But it doesn't ignore cover, so -1.
Okay. So 5 save. Is it 1 damage each?
1 damage each.
So kills a wounded guy, kills another guy, kills another guy. So we've got 2 scouts left.
2 scouts left. We've got a Soul Reaper. 5 hits. And then this is wounding on 3s. So you've got 3 saves at -2. Okay. And then 1 devastating.
So that's the squad.
That's the squad. So the squad is destroyed. Well, the Zango Enlightened are now aiming at the heavy intercessors over there. 30-inch bows. Strongest bows in the lands. So 8 shots, hitting on 3s. 2 lethals, a couple of misses, and then we're wounding on toughness 6.
Toughness 6, yeah.
So 5s. So 4 at -2, ignoring cover.
Okay. So because I'm near an objective, I can all 1. So
just
save those
2
3.
damage.
Okay, cool. So
that's them shot. I'll go over here and do some shooting over here. So all these Terminators shooting into the tank. So I'll start with the Sorcerer with his anti-tank smite. Hit on 2s. That's a lethal. And then I need 4s here. Nope, so you've got 1 save at -4.
no save there, mate.
So that's just 2 damage.
Cool.
Then I'll do some missiles, see if these can get it. All hits, that's a lethal. And wounding on, what's your toughness?
Toughness 10.
So 4s. You've got 3 saves at -3.
Okay.
Yep,
So
3 damage
does
a
it
pop.
explode?
Does it explode? No, implodes.
An Australian 6.
Yeah. I like that one. So that's that gone. And that, I believe, is turn. There's no more... nothing else I can really do. Nothing I can charge. Nothing else I can shoot. Everything's out of range. So yeah, I'll quickly do an end of turn roundup. So I'll get rid of established locus. I'm not getting that. Defense stronghold is still in play, and I get 3 points for that. So 3 points going into the Space Wolves' 5th and final turn. Space Wolves' 5th and final turn. Recover assets, area denial. So do actions in no man's land in both deployments. You're going to get 3 points for that, for doing it in your deployment and in no man's land.
That's it, mate, yeah.
Area denial, basically, do you want to explain what you've done? We flew through this turn.
We did, mate, yeah. Literally with these guys, yeah. So they flew up from here onto the middle objective, so they're within 3, and your guys aren't within 6 because of the heroic sacrifice of the tank. So I'm scoring a big area for there, and I've got the no man's land and midfield objectives for scoring. Yes,
so you did some shooting and you plinked 3 Zangors off.
Yeah, I don't like those guys. So.
Yeah, I got quite lucky with the saves there, but then there's 1-on-1 wound. So good turn actually. You're actually flying ahead at the minute on 46 points to my 34. So I really need to draw some good cards here and be able to get onto the mid objectives in my turn 5. But yeah, so that's your turn. There was no charges.
No, mate, that's all I can do.
That's all you can do. So it's down to the Thousand Suns 5th and final turn. Let's see what we can do. So Thousand Suns 5th and final turn. Defend Stronghold. I did get at the end of Carl's turn for 3 points. Then I drew Area Denial, Display of Might, and a Challenger card. Also, I got my guard objectives for this one, what I was doing with the tank, and that one over there with my absolute legend point scorers. So I got 6 points for, 8 points for primary, and then Area Denial, get Carl out the centre, which I've done, 5 points. Display of Might, have more units in no man's land for 4 points, and a Challenger card, be on objectives, 1 point for each objective, up to 3, which I have got for free. So basically, Terminator's moved into the centre, took Carl off the centre, so I get Area Denial. Display of Might, I've put the Zangors, the Terminators, and them lads in the centre for the 4 points. And then the Challenger card, I'm on 3 objectives for 3 points, which means the Thousand Suns have just nipped the victory, 61 to 54, and obviously we're painting 71 to 64. But what a game. The Thousand Suns have just right at the last minute broke through the defence line. So I imagine the Wolves go back into the city, regroup, and hopefully have a second wall in that city waiting for them. We'll talk to you in the outro. Carl, mate, put it there. Dude, what a game.
What a game.
What a game. Yeah. I wasn't expecting it to go that way. I thought with my turn 1, where the I killed your first wave, I did worry a little bit because obviously for the channel I do like it being close towards the end, and I did think, I hope this isn't a whitewash, but I feel like your second wave, then third wave really started catching up, especially with your reactive shenanigans where you can pick stuff up and put them back down. I feel like in some of them charges you made with the Wolfen, I just feel like it's that really did help you.
I think without that, mate, it would have been just, I'd have been power washed off the table, you know. But it's a testament, I think, to the toughness of like the Space Marine book and some of the units you can take it, especially with the Wolves. Like, you've always got a bit of agency. There's always plays you can make. It's keeping your head as well, like, and I think that's a good lesson in general. If you have a first turn where you get smashed, it's really tempting to be like, it's all gone in the bin.
You know, you start making lots of mistakes then as well. Yeah,
and you put pressure on yourself. But I think you just stay calm and like, do you know what? I'll just work with what I've got. And when it came down to the end, we had like 3 or 4 units each. We were, there was always stuff we could do. There were plays we could make, and that's when you get to like the real like the nitty gritty of Warhammer.
Yeah.
You strip all the fat away, and then you've just got a few units, a couple of like heroic guys like these 2 boys down there. Don't want to talk about them.
The rubric flamer and that sorcerer, just all game just got me points, didn't they?
Yeah,
that was ridiculous.
Do you know what? But you played it well, mate. Your army's lovely. It looks great. I mean,
cheers, man.
Table looks amazing as always. So it's a beautiful table to play on. But thematically, I think we set up to play a narrative game, and I think we both played our armies the way they should be played. That's what makes some people angry. Do you know what I mean, though? Like,
100%.
Aggressive Wolves, Thousand Suns just stoically walking up the table, just putting down all the shots.
And
you
literally fought to the last man, basically. So they really did do exactly what Wolves would do. They wouldn't be, they wouldn't be surrendering or falling back. They really just did. Yeah, exactly.
You're not going to earn a saga if you're hiding in a box. You know what I mean? So
that's it. We were talking off cam a little bit. Obviously, with this terrain, it's there's not, even though it looks like the table's full, there was a lot of shooting lanes, so it was quite hard for you, Carl, to be able to, when you're running multiple small units and you've got loads of terrain, especially in like if you go to like tournaments, you sort of feed them trading units. But for you to feed them, you would a little bit too far back.
So I think, we had a good conversation about that, because I think it's something that's good to hear about in Warhammer, is when things don't quite work the way you want to as well. So you have to kind of, have the conversation to be like, okay, well, we'll learn. So, I mean, a staging point in the middle is great, but it was like a bit of a pinch point here. So I was just putting stuff through and it was just getting murdered,
wasn't it?
Which is what your army does so well, But I think, you learn, you adapt to the table, but playing on tournament tables is great to a point. I know Rich will be with me on this one, but the L's, the MDF blocks and all of that, it's not this, do you know what I mean? It doesn't look like a planet. You're flying over, it looks like just a load of cardboard bits, right? I'll take a pacing every now and again to play on a good board, mate.
Yeah, well, that's it. And it's and that's the thing, because my army was so shooty, your army was so combat heavy, because we hadn't seen each other's armies, so for all I knew, you are running Space Wolves, so it is going to be mainly combat, but I didn't know if you were going to bring the Lancers. Is it the Lancer that has the 2 Gatling cannons? The
Reaper, Reaper.
Things like Reaper, stuff like that are absolute deadly, especially against armies like mine, like infantry. So I didn't know if you were going to bring anything like that, maybe a Redemptor Dreadnought, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously don't tailor, do we? We just turn up with what we got. So looking at it, if I'd stayed back with some heavier armour and been putting fire down lanes, it would have just been a shooting gallery, which I don't think we'd have enjoyed as much as this. Sometimes the games don't quite work out the way you want, but you can always find a good time. Like if you're playing someone who's decent, you're on the same wavelength, you're playing the same kind of game, you're going to enjoy it. So.
Exactly. So I am glad you enjoyed it, mate.
Of course, buddy,
it really did come down to the wire, which I hope you guys enjoyed, because that's what we want here. We want it to be a close game. We never want it to be a whitewash, do we? So
100%. Challenger cards, mate. Yeah, they got you the game, didn't they?
Challenger cards, I got 9 points on the Challenger cards, and I won by, was it 6 points?
You won by 7. Yeah,
7 points. So if I hadn't got the free Challenger cards, I would have lost you.
Yeah.
So there you go. Challenger cards. They actually really did come in clutch this game and win me the game. But yeah, I think that's the way it should have ended, because I think Space Wolves are scum. Found Sons are obviously the true warriors of the 41st millennium.
Well. You were doing so well.
So I hope you Thousand Son fans enjoyed it. I hope you Space Wolf fans enjoyed it, and 40k fans in general, because this is 40k.
It is, mate, yeah. Even playing a nerd like this, man, you know what I mean?
That's it.
It's fine. It's what, what he finds happiness in, it's all good.
Exactly, and this all happened. This was all that was meant to happen, because Zinch planned it. Big shout out to the members as always. Thanks so much for supporting the channel. If you want to become a member, I'll leave a link in the description, or just click join below. I think that's everything. Don't forget to check out Rogue Miniatures. Check out Gamemat.eu. This mat was from Gamemat.eu, and so were all these rocks. There's a 10% discount for them below as well. So cheers from Carl. Absolute legend, mate.
No worries,
and thanks all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Better.